Yo guys, what's up? It's Cherry here, coming at you guys with the surprise that I mentioned in my update video. I joined a new draft league, and I feel like well, I don't want to say my YouTube career because this isn't really a career, but my YouTube journey is starting to, I see a little building up a little bit. But yes, I joined PBAL, not coached, Lord, commissioned by Aaron12 and his admins, and I just want to say shout outs to them for getting everyone together and just doing what they do best. And I just want to say that I'm very, very happy that I'm in this league. I know a lot of people in the league, so I am sort of comfortable, and I get to play with Incog. Now, if you don't know who Incog is, please check out Incog. Incog is another black YouTube creator. And even though I don't really show my face a lot, I'm thinking about getting a face cam, but I'm kind of a little bit insecure about it. But Incog is an amazing guy. He does free-for-alls, and okay, I'm just going on a hype train with Incog. But there are other amazing coaches in this league that are not just Incog. I know TD0 is participating in NCP with a lot of coaches that I know, like D-Ray and Galbina and Liv. I know that Lukas is there, like I said earlier. FlameHorizon, like I said, please subscribe and follow FlameHorizon. He is so close to 100 followers, and I want that cosplay. There's Brendan. Brendan was the IBL owner, and is in a lot of other, or participated in a lot of other leagues that there were great people in. And other people as well. I'm just very, very excited to be here, and I'm very, very excited that I was invited. So, without further ado, not to waste anybody else's time or say anything else, we're going to hop right in. First pick, Clefable. Context. So, this league apparently likes dragon types because the first, 8 out of 16 round 1 picks were dragons, and the first 4 picks were dragons. I think Dragapult went first, as it should. Then it was Dragonite. Then it was Garchomp, and then it was Hydreigon. So, instead of following that train, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go on the defensive end and pick up Clefable. Clefable helps check all of the dragon types that were drafted, as well as gives me a Wish Passer, a Stealth Rocker, and just is an overall nuisance that I kind of didn't really want to battle against, so instead, I drafted it. And I love Clefable. I'm using it in YCL right now. It is amazing, and I've used it in other leagues, and it just does what it does best. And there are so many sets for it, you can't really predict. There's the casual Magic Guard set, there's Unaware Combine, there's even Magic Guard Combine, there's Magic Guard Life Orb, there's Specs, there's, I think there's a Trick set with Scarf, and there's Trick Toxic or Magic Guard too, or Flame Orb. And there's so many things that I can do with this thing, and I'm so excited to try my best to use my creativity and come up with something that can please you all, and that can win me games. So, very, very excited that I got Clefable. Moving on into our second pick, we decided to pick up Corviknight. Now, I personally didn't think I was going to get Corviknight. My first decision was Celesteela, but I was like, nah, I kind of want something that can defog and something that can pivot out, which Corviknight gave me. I also like Corviknight over Skarmory purely because I feel like Skarmory is too passive for me, and I feel like it just does the same thing every time. Rather than Corviknight, that is a reliable defogger that can Iron Defense Body Press, just like Skarmory, I guess you can say, but it can U-turn and pivot out, and it can do so many other things. And I'm very, very happy that I managed to get Clefable and Corviknight on the same team. All I need is a really good dragon, and I think this team is ready to go for my week 1. But moving on into our not our week 3, Lord help me, our round 3 pick. Now I have oh my God, Lord, I have defense already, but instead of grabbing offense, I was like, let me expand on my defensive core for a bit. So I decided to pick up Seismitoad. Dracovish is allowed, so I eventually down the road needed to pick up a switch into Dracovish, but Seismitoad just fits my defensive core really, really well and meshes in. Gives me another Stealth Rocker, so I have 2 Stealth Rockers now. It gives me a Water Immunity, it gives me a Scald Spammer, it gives me a knockoff user, ground spammer, gives me an electric immunity, gives me a bulky water that has an electric immunity, which is really good. And I'm not really fearing grass types right now with Corviknight, so like I said, it just fits my overall defensive core very, very well. And I'm so excited that round 3 I managed to pick up Sventhoon before anyone else could. Moving on into round 4, I was like, okay, I need offense, so why not? If I need offense, why not grab a wall breaker? So I decided to pick up Chandelure. I've used Chandelure in WPF. It is amazing. It is an amazing Scarfer. Shout out to TRT77. Amazing Scarfer, amazing Spexmon, and especially since, for some reason, Urshifu Single Strike is allowed, but Spectrier, Torrentee, and Mew are not. For some reason, mind-boggling. But since Spectrier is banned, normal types are kind of frowned upon to grab and aren't really a necessity, so I can break really well with Specs Shadow Ball, and I have the defensive core to do so. So I'm very excited to do that and perform other sets as well. I've always wanted to try a Calm Mind set with Sub. I've always wanted to do that. I've also, Scarfing, it is really good with base 80. It just has a 145 special attack set, which is insane. A little bit, just like 30 points off of Kyurem White. Absolutely insanity. But yeah, so that's Chandelure for me. It starts by Fire, Water, Grass Core as well, and like I said, it gives me offense that my team needed. Next, I decided to pick up Scrafty. I feel like I wanted more offense, but I didn't really want to go all out because I have a habit of drafting too much defense. I think too much on the defensive end a lot of times and not really on the offensive end. I like having defoggers. I'm so scared of hazards. But I feel like my playstyle is changing, so why not experiment with that? So I decided to pick up Scrafty. Scrafty gives me offense, also gives me a dark type, gives me a knockoff user, gives me a fighting type that I feel like I needed, and just all around is very, very good. Gives me Intimidate in some situations, gives me Moxie, gives me Shed Skin. Like, all 3 of its abilities are really, really good. Gives me Dragon Dance potential to sweep, gives me Intimidate knockoff, gives me just Drain Punch spam, Assault Vest user. Like, it just does so many things, and I'm so excited to use Scrafty in combination with Corviknight, Clefable, Seismitoad, and Chandelure. Especially Corviknight. Like, I just love my defensive core. I'm sorry. And honestly, I don't see myself making any transactions unless my Dragon type, which spoilers got sniped, gets dropped. But moving on into our round 6 pick, I decided to grab Tangela. Now, it was originally Roselia, but Incog picked up Tangela and dropped it. So, Tangela, hi, join the team. It finishes my Fire, Water, Grass core. Once again, core is really, really well with Seismitoad, Corviknight, Clefable. It gives me a regen mon that I can pivot into. A great Eviolite user. Also gives me another knockoff user, so I have 4 knockoff users now because Clefable gets knockoff. What the heck? Your items are gonna get knocked off. But no, not good. Okay, whatever. But Tangela gives me Sleep Powder as well. Gives me something that can hit hard as well. It has a base 100 special attack stat, which is honestly insane for a little blob of noodles. But nonetheless, very, very happy that I managed to snag Tangela off of Incog, and I think it just fits my team very, very well. Now, I think here is where I was like, hey, let me grab Haxorus now. Haxorus, it's golden. Everyone has their dragon. No one's going to pick up Haxorus. But a coach sniped me, and that made me kind of sad. So the only dragon that really helped my team that was left was Dracozolt. Now, I'm just going to spoil it down the line. I picked up Sand. I picked up a Sand setter because honestly Sand meshes with my team really well. I have Corviknight that's immune, I have Seismitoad that's immune, Magikarp, Clefable, Sand Rush, Dracozolt, and other things that I may pick up. But I hate Hustle. I lost the semifinal game because I missed 3 facades off of Durant in a row. I hate Hustle. I hate it with a passion. I'm rarely gonna use it. If I use it, I'm desperate. I will say that right now. But Dracozolt gives me an electric type that I needed and a dragon type that I needed, completing my Fairy Dragon Steel core. And it's honestly very, very good, honestly. And it's so cute. Like, I love shiny Dracozolt. But nonetheless, Bolt Beak spam is honestly scary. On the special side, it's really good as well. Gets access to like Meteor Beam and Draco, and gets Fire Blast. Like, it gets things like that. It even gets Earthquake for an electric type, which is really good for opposing electrics. But very excited to use Dracozolt. In Sand, it's a monster, and I'm excited to Bolt Beak everyone to oblivion with this thing. Especially with my defensive core. It all revolves around my defensive core. But moving on into our round 7 pick, I can't count, or 8 pick. Oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our 8th pick. My goodness, I can't count. We decided to go a little bit lower in the tiers because my round 10 pick wasn't getting sniped, and my round 9 pick was like 5% chance of it getting sniped. So I decided to pick up Armaldo. Armaldo kind of helps with my anxiety, with only having one hazard remover in the form of Corviknight. But it gives me Rapid Spin. It also gives me something that is that can do really well in Sand, and also can do really well against rain teams with Swift Swim. It gives me a banded Exorcismon, a banded Rock Blastmon. It hits really hard, and honestly is very underrated for what it can do. I've never used it personally, but I've seen people use it before, and it's really cool and shouldn't be slept on. It's very bulky as well, and can, like I said, hit really hard. But nonetheless, that's really it for Armaldo. It pretty much just helps with my anxiety with only having one defogger. But moving on into our round 9 pick, it's our Sand Setter, Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is just amazing. Its shiny form is amazing. It has a base 135 attack stat and base 130 defense and 80 special defense respectively. I don't think people actually recognize how hard Jigglypuff can actually hit. I've seen it with my own eyes. It hits so hard. People think of Jigglypuff as, oh, smooth rock, slap a smooth rock on it, stealth rock, toxic, body press, earthquake, etc. No, this thing can hit so hard. I am so excited for the matchup where Banded Explosion can actually do something. Not even gonna lie. But very excited to use Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is amazing. It looks amazing. It does amazing things, and is honestly great. So very excited to use it with Sand. Oh, and also, Sand synergizes with my team very well. I don't know if I said that earlier. I have Magikarp Clefable. I have Dracozolt with Sand Rush. I have Seismitoad. I have Steel-type Corviknight. I have Armaldo that gets a 50% boost in Sand. I have Jigglypuff, who also gets a 50% boost in Sand. My team just, it just meshes very well, and honestly gave me something that I didn't know that I needed. And once again, it comes down to my defensive core. But it's almost done, guys. This will be one of the few times that I'll talk about my defensive core, minus in like a game. I'll probably mention like 20 times my defensive core. But moving on into our round 10 pick. This pick was honestly mind-boggling. I'm sorry, but how did you guys manage to let me get Azelf? Azelf gives me a ground immunity, which couples with Corviknight, which I'm not going to really be switching Azelf in on things, but it's there. And Azelf just does so much damage, and is honestly just the thing that I needed for this team. I feel like this team has a lot of bulk, like I keep mentioning my defensive core, every time, defensive core. And I felt like I needed offense, and I think Azelf just gives that to me. Its speed tier base 115 coupled with Sand is actually pretty good, and it has a base 125 attack and 125 special attack. Crazy, absolutely crazy. I also think, if I'm not mistaken, Azelf may get knockoff. Now I'm not too sure about this. I think it's only like, does Mesphere get knockoff? I'm not sure, but I know it gets U-turn, and it gives me more pivot. And it gives me another rocker. I think I have like 5 rockers right now. I have Clefable, Seismitoad, Armaldo, Jigglypuff, Azelf. I have 5 rockers. 5 rockers. Absolutely crazy. If I may not be removing hazards, but I'll definitely be pressuring with hazards. And Azelf is just a good suicide lead, and honestly can just do a lot of damage to a lot of teams. And I'm very excited to use it to its fullest potential if I can master it. and I'm very, very happy with how well it synergizes with the rest of my team. So yeah, that's pretty much my draft. I'm very, very, very happy with my draft. Honestly, I don't really see myself making any transactions other than if it doesn't fit my playstyle. The only thing that I may see as a problem is I may play too defensively. I have a habit of playing too defensively and totally forgetting about, hey, I need to hit the opponent in order to win. In order to win, I can't just uh, outbulk them. Not only do I have to outbulk them, I have to outdamage them too. I have to do damage. Because if I don't do damage, I can I guess stall is a good word to say in this context, but yeah, I can stall them all I want with my bulk, but if I'm not doing damage to them, then how am I gonna win the game? And that's just, I need to get out of that little mindset, and I think with this team I'll be able to do that. So once again, I want to thank Aaron12 and all of the other admins for letting me into PBAL. And I want to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoy this type of content, and if you want to stick around for the PBAL season, I highly, highly, highly suggest and highly request that you drop a subscription. It's very free, and I will try my best to make sure that you won't regret it. Also, if you enjoyed the video, then you can always leave a like, and I would appreciate it a lot, actually, if you comment down below what you like about my team and what you may oh my god, words are hard. What you think I could do to make it better. Words are hard. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the PBAL. Hopefully, I can get a paste bin of all the coaches. If not, this will be updated eventually. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Wash your hands. Please be safe. We're coming towards almost the end of this over a year quarantine. I think shots for the coronavirus are coming out to me now, actually, with my age, which I'm very young. I'm under 18. But once again, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.